My girlfriend has been deliberately messing up chores so she wouldn't have to do them. Now she has broken something priceless, so I plan to treat her with the same courtesy she has given me. When my girlfriend and I started dating, we agreed to have a traditional relationship where I take care of the house while she works a 9 to 5. Recently, I asked my girlfriend if she could wash the dishes after dinner. She complained at first but eventually agreed. Not even 5 minutes later, I'm in the garage and hear a loud crash. I ran into the kitchen to find my antique plate smashed into smithereens on the floor. My girlfriend said it was an accident and they slipped out of her hands. I was heartbroken as these plates had been passed down in my family for a few generations. I asked why she was even washing them, and she said she saw them on the counter so she thought they were dirty. I usually keep them on the top shelf of my cabinet, so it made me a bit suspicious when she said that. Later on that night, I decided to check the footage from my living room camera. You can see inside the kitchen from its angle. Sure enough, I watched my girlfriend get the plates out of the cabinet, put some soap onto them, and deliberately drop them onto the floor, breaking them. I was so angry and immediately confronted her with the video. I asked why she would purposely ruin something so precious to me as I had done nothing to her. She said she was so sorry and didn't realize the plates meant that much to me, but she was trying to teach me a lesson that I should know better than to ask her to wash dishes as it's supposed to be my job, not hers. She said it was like the time I asked her to do a load of clothes, and she accidentally left a pen inside one of the pockets. I had to throw out one of my favorite shirts because the pen had exploded. I was stunned and asked if she did that on purpose as well. She said, well, yes, but only because she thought it would be the easiest way to communicate with me how she felt. I'm sorry for everything I destroyed, but you need to understand your place in our relationship as the caretaker. I was furious and told her to get the hell out of my house. She just stood there and said she had squatter's rights as we had been living together for a few months now, so she wasn't going anywhere. I told her to get out, or I'd call the police, and she just shrugged saying they wouldn't do anything. And in the morning, I would be over this whole mess anyway. She went into our bedroom and locked herself inside. Up till now, I had really enjoyed our arrangement as it gave me time to work on my hobbies and mental health. It also helps a lot that I actually own the house we live in, and I run a small business on the side, so we aren't struggling at all. After the argument, I went into the guest room and just cried. I love my girlfriend, and we have always been really good together. We have the same goals in life, having kids and eventually getting a dog. We both enjoy hiking and rock climbing together as well as going out clubbing now and again. But now I was starting to realize all the little ways she has manipulated me for the past year of our relationship. I didn't even want her to move in, but she convinced me to let her. I was torn between hurt and angry all night and was unable to sleep. By the morning, though, I had a plan. First, I called my lawyer and asked about my options to get her the hell out. He told me I could change the locks once she left, or he could start an eviction process. I said I'd be ready to change the locks, but she still might find a way in. So it would be best if he started the process. Then I went into the kitchen and acted as if everything was normal between us. I just didn't make any physical contact with her as I prepared breakfast. She sat down at the table waiting to be served just like every morning. Only this time, when her plate was given to her, all of the food was burnt to a crisp. The plate was also slimy from the previous night's food. She asked what the hell this was as she couldn't eat it. I said, oops. Guess I messed up a bit. She just shrugged and went back to the bedroom. I asked why she wasn't going to work, and she explained she had called out and was going to be staying home for the next few days. The bastard probably figured I would have changed the locks on her if she left. No problem. I'll just do some laundry then. I gathered up all of her white clothes and put them into the washer and started it. Only, when the load was done, it appeared that a red jacket had been mixed in, and now all of her white clothes were now pink. Oops again. I continued making trivial mistakes for the next week. My girlfriend got angrier and angrier the more in-depth I got, and she hated that I also stopped cleaning up after her around the house as well. The only time there was a clean cup or dish was when I washed it for myself. Finally, the day came when my lawyer sent me some forms to hand her as an official eviction notice. She had 2 weeks to get out, and if any of my possessions were broken and altered in any way for the rest of her stay, then she would be held liable to pay for the damages. She asked if I was serious about this and tried to sweet-talk me, saying she loved me and didn't mean to hurt me, that she would work on herself and do better. But it wasn't her fault. I hadn't held up my half of our original agreement. I told her I refused to live with a manipulator any longer and won't let her lack of respect for me define how I live my life. She locked herself in the bedroom ever since, and I really hope she leaves before her time is up because I don't want this to get even more complicated than it already has been.